Thank you very much. Really quickly, this is, I almost feel like I'm living Groundhog Day right now because for those of you who've been around the city the last month alone, from $130 million ribbon cutting for the Teachers Village project to standing next to Shaquille O'Neal, feeling very, very small in height, but very large on that day when we broke the ground on the first new residential tower in Newark in 50 years. To even the other day where we had Whole Foods announce bringing a 29,000 square foot facility into downtown Newark in the redevelopment of the Haynes building. We seem to be having so much momentum and so much progress. And so today I don't want to just celebrate those successes. I want to celebrate them with the right heart, which is a heart of gratitude. Because this is not because of a mayor, it really is because of great leadership on many different fronts. And so first and foremost, I want to thank the City Council of Newark, New Jersey. They are extraordinary leaders. I see Anibal Ramos here. I see my dear friend Carlos Gonzalez, the only councilperson that really has the right haircut. And I do really want to say a special word. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just a mayor trying to be a senator soon, but the president is here. The president of Newark's Municipal Council, a truly extraordinary leader in his own right, a trailblazer, Luis Quintana. And I want to say a word. You can applaud him because he's got a lot of work ahead of him. Hug the man. He's got a lot of work ahead of him in the coming weeks. But I really want to say something about Darren Sharif. Darren, you really deserve a lot of the praise and credit for this project. You, when I shared this project with Darren, it really was like a quarterback handing off a ball. You ran like Earl Campbell, like Tony Dorsett. I say Tony Dorsett for the governor's sake because he's kind of a Dallas fan. For my sake, Tiki Barber. He's going to start talking about the record of my team, but really, you carried this ball with extraordinary, and you did it the right way. And Darren has talked about sharing with the community, and really took it to the community and made sure that this was a community project. So thank you for that. My state partners, the two extraordinary women sitting before me, Senator Teresa Ruiz and Grace Spencer, Assemblywoman Grace Spencer, thank you for your leadership as well. This was a partnership on many levels, and I told you I just want to express some gratitude. So I want to express gratitude. I rarely get to do this except for in church, my church, but my pastor is here, Pastor Jefferson, and I thank him not just because Lord knows I need lots of prayer, but really because he is a community partner in this project. He's going to be helping on the job placement, the job training, and a lot of elements of this project. Your church is right down the streets, but for you, this would not have happened. So please give a round of applause for that. And I want to say thank you to the union leaders that are here. Think about this job, this project. It's going to create hundreds of jobs, but they're not going to be, low-wage jobs where families find themselves with more month at the end of their money than money at the end of their month. These are going to be strong jobs, union jobs, jobs that are not just jobs, but really give people a chance for a career, for health benefits, to be able to retire with some security and some dignity. It is the union leaders that are here that came to the table, worked with the administration, worked with the developers to make this the right kind of project. And I want to thank you all, especially also for your prioritization of Newark residents. Thank you. Give them a round of applause as well. Neil, what you're doing for, I don't even think you fully realize what you've done for the city already and what you're doing for the city now. This is the kind of leadership, private sector leadership, that I think every city in America really needs. You are a capitalist with a heart. You're a businessman with compassion. You are a person that knows that when you create a win-win, you get nothing but a community rising and even more to the bottom line. So I want to thank you for living your ethos, for what you've done for our city. You are extraordinary, and in my last days of mayor, I'm going to bestow you with honorary Newarker status right now. Thank you very much. I'm looking at my list. Bill Kennedy, I've already got. Charlie Laconic, I've already talked about the union leaders. Two more people that are really important. Rich, First of all, I want to thank you also for not calling the police on me, saying that I was a stalker, taking out a temporary restraining order. I want to thank your wife. I have been in your house. I've been in your kitchen. Lord, you guys do not know how far I have gone in many ways, to woo this man. I know your wife is jealous of the relationship we now have. But you have been a catalytic agent in our city of profound proportions. The first hotel built in our city in 40 years, a hotel that my mother, I was in this morning because my mom is staying there right now, and it is extraordinary, but you just kept doubling down and doubling down. And this project, and I know the governor's going to mention something about this, so I won't do that, but this project was in one of the areas of blight in our neighborhood, just empty lot, overgrown with weeds. People would drive by constantly and say, why would such a prime piece of real estate be sitting empty for year after year after year? But you came here and you didn't see an empty lot. You saw housing, you saw development, you saw jobs, you saw banishing a food desert and having access to healthy foods. You saw a partnership with a community. You saw that then. That's why we're experiencing this now. You are truly, truly a champion of our city. And the fact that you would come from Chicago, leave your family, give in to the charms of me, which very few people do. The governor's eyebrows just raised. I just want to say nothing but thank you for what you're doing for the city of Newark. Please give it up. So, the county executive, who's become a dear friend of mine, I just want to say to him, because he's one of the friends of mine with the governor here, and I wanted to end with the governor, county executive, and I got to be careful now with what I say about the governor, because I talked about him last time. I said gov love. I got so much trouble for giving him gov love. So it's okay. So I'm just going to repeat some of the things that you all have known I've said in a long time. We watch what's going on in Washington and that vicious partisanship, people thinking government should shut down, the gridlock, the brinksmanship. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What can happen in America when people put partisanship aside and roll up their sleeves and say, we're going to work together, we're going to do something together. Well, what can happen is impossible things can be made possible. Right now, I've been a mayor of the biggest city in the state, working with the governor of this state. He came to me when he was governor-elect and made a commitment to me that we would find common ground, and where we found that common ground, we would do great things. We've done that in education, Governor. I'm really proud of what we've done for the public schools in the city, and we've done it in development in ways that are simply extraordinary. And I know you get a chance to introduce him. I'm preempting your introduction. I'm going to bring him up on the stage. Just to let you all know that Newark is going through its biggest economic development boom since the 1950s and 60s. We're 3% of the state's population, but 1/3 of all the economic development in New Jersey, commercial multifamily, using